What can I say that hasn't already been said about this already legendary beach photo of New Jersey Governor Chris Christie? This is the most famous beach chair photograph since this one of New York Congressman Charlie Rangel. The New York Post caught him passed out on a beach chair in the Dominican Republic. I know. Looks like he's dead here. He's not. He's just a deadbeat. He was in the middle of a scandal for not paying taxes for his Caribbean villa. That was in 1999. Now in 2017, a new politician, a new beach chair, and a new scandal. You know the story, right? Chris Christie was in a budget battle with the legislature, and he dug in closing all state beaches for the 4th of July weekend, including the very popular Island Beach State Park, where the governor just happens to have a house. One of the perks of being governor, as Christie reminded all of us who don't have such perks.
The governor has a residence at Island Beach. Others don't. This is the way it goes. Run for governor, then you can have the residence.
Now, at this very same news conference, Christie practically dared reporters to catch him on the beach after saying, yes, he was going to the beach house with his family, but he'd be working the entire time. So when he showed up at a news conference the very next day with a sun-touched glow, he got a little testy when asked about it.
I didn't get any sun today. There's no one at Island Beach State Park. There are no lifeguards. There's no one to pick up the garbage. There's no one providing any services at Island Beach State Park.
So my question is,
Next. Excuse me. Next. I'm done.
But the media was not done with him. You got to give a lot of credit to the New York Star-Ledger and NJ.com for getting this photograph on a slow news day. It ran nationally on cable news and all the networks.
Reminds us how fortunate we are that Christie decided not to don his American flag Speedo, because I hear that when he does that, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands all become states.
Christie, however, wasn't impressed and mocked the Star-Ledger.
What a great bit of journalism by the Star-Ledger. They actually caught a politician being where he said he was going to be with the people he said he was going to be with, his wife and his children and their friends. So it's really a bit of, I'm sure they're going to get a Pulitzer for this one.
No matter what the governor says, it was a great piece of journalism, catching the governor and his family enjoying a beach that he closed off to other families. In many ways, this photograph summarizes the attitude that caused Chris Christie to fall from the most popular governor in the country to the least popular governor in the country. He acts like the rules don't apply to him, and he doesn't care. Again, it was that very attitude that dared reporters to catch him if they can. Democratic Senator and presidential candidate Gary Hart did the same thing in 1988 when he was accused of marital infidelity and dared reporters to follow him around. They did, and caught him fooling around with Donna Rice on a boat appropriately named Monkey Business. Perhaps Christie was thinking of Hart when he gave this strange defense of his actions.
Now, if they had flown that plane over that beach, and I was sitting next to a 25-year-old blonde in that beach chair next to me, that's a story. I wasn't sitting next to a 25-year-old blonde. I was sitting next to my wife of 31 years, surrounded by my children and some of their best friends. If that's a scandal I'm guilty of every day of my life.
Right, a 25-year-old blonde, because you look so fetching in your black Johnny Cash beach attire. I'm more concerned about this 58-year-old blonde, Lieutenant Governor Kim Guadagno, who is running for governor, and every time Christie does something like this, it hurts her chances. She must feel like Chris Christie's beach chair, trying to keep its composure under the weight of Chris Christie's massive personality. And the worst part about all of this is in the budget battle, Chris Christie was right. The whole shutdown was about Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield's $2.4 billion budget surplus. Horizon is a not-for-profit healthcare provider that flourishes in New Jersey because of its unique relationship with the state. Christie wants more control over Horizon and its surplus, specifically to battle the opioid crisis in the state. And he got it. That was a big win for the governor and New Jersey. But all anybody is going to remember is this photograph. And the governor has nobody to blame but himself. I'm Larry Mendte. We'll talk again next week.